believe that this world that I live in, you live in, is spiritual. And everything that happens in this world has a spiritual power behind it. Spiritual world created the world that we see. Therefore, our basis of understanding everything we see has to come from our understanding of the world we don't see. There's a spiritual world. God is a spirit. I believe that there is light and there is darkness. There is God and there is Satan. We believe there's kingdom of darkness, there's the kingdom of light. We believe there's a blessing and there is a curses. There is hell and there is heaven. If you don't start from that point of view to look at anything in your life, you are missing a most important part in dealing with whatever you're dealing, whether it's in marriage, like we did spiritual warfare in marriage, whether it's in your health, whether it's in your finances. And so, how does spiritual warfare affect my finances? If you've been going through a spiritual warfare in the area of your finances, maybe stress, worry, fear, some lack, shortage, an attack on your finances, I want you to drop number 1 right now in the chat. If you're saying, you know what, I've been in this season, I feel like there's been a warfare on my finances and I am excited to be equipped today. And so if you feel like there's been a warfare in your finances, in the area of your finances, drop number 1 in the chat right now. I just want to see if there's anybody else that is going through this, or this is just a topic that is going to help somebody else who will be rewatching. Even if you're rewatching, drop number 1 if you feel like, hey, there's been a spiritual warfare on my finances. There's been these attacks on my finances. I've been struggling. Maybe you're without a job right now. Maybe you just got laid off, or maybe certain things financially, just even though the attack maybe came on your health, but it's hitting your finances. We must understand, though I don't believe in a demon of poverty, I believe that there is a curse of poverty that exists in this world. Because we see that from the first beginning, when I released the e-course on curses today, I dealt with that more in that e-course, that disobedience to God released a curse. And where that curse hit, it brought attack, or that curse hit the ground, the workplace. The Bible says, in sweat you will make your bread, or you will begin to pay your bills through sweat. And that was part of the curse that came on the ground. So it's possible, my friend, that the spiritual world can affect your finances. In fact, it says in Proverbs 10 verse 22, the blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and He adds no sorrow with it. If there is a blessing of the Lord, that means that there could be a curse. You can't have a blessing if there is no existence of curses. For those people who say curses don't exist anymore, all of that is just a fabrication of charismaniacs, I want to tell you that's not true. Because in Revelation it says at the end, when Jesus will take the proper place as the King of the earth, there will be no more suffering, there will be no more pain, and then there will be no more curses. At that time is not now. Jesus rules in our heart. We are still in a place where curses exist. And the Bible says the blessing of the Lord makes one rich. So the blessing of the Lord is not riches, but the blessing of the Lord is a spiritual empowerment for expansion. Come on, drop that in the chat. The blessing of the Lord is the spiritual empowerment for expansion. The blessing of the Lord makes one rich. So if the blessing can spiritually empower you to expand, then the curses can spiritually cripple you to shrink, wither, die away, decay, and go backwards. The blessing empowers you spiritually to expand. The curses, they cripple your ability to move forward. It's like a dark cloud that follows a person in the area of their finances. And I don't have to honestly today convince you of that, because we see that all over today in our own life. We can see that in people's lives, where a person takes 1 step forward, 3 steps backwards in their finances.